Before we get into this story, I just want to say something from the heart. If you enjoy videos like this, where we break down celebrity moments, relationship drama, public reactions, and the deeper meaning behind what people are seeing online, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and dropping your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this channel grow, and it tells YouTube to push this video to more people. Now listen, Rihanna is not just any celebrity. She is a global superstar, a billionaire, a fashion icon, a mother, a woman who built an empire from music, beauty, business, and attitude. For years, people looked at Rihanna like she was untouchable, the kind of woman who could walk into any room and own it without even trying, the kind of woman who did not need to explain herself, the kind of woman people thought would never let anyone embarrass her publicly. But now, fans are asking one serious question. What is really going on between Rihanna and ASAP Rocky? Because lately, every time their names appear online, it is not just about love, fashion, bobbies, or red carpets. It is about awkward moments. It is about public comments. It is about body language. It is about fans saying Rihanna does not look like herself anymore. And it is about people wondering whether this relationship is really as perfect as it looks from the outside. Now, let's be clear from the beginning. Everything in this video is based on public conversation, online reactions, old clips, and personal opinion. We are not claiming to know what happens behind closed doors. We do not live with these people. We do not know their private life. But when celebrities show certain things in public, people are going to talk. And right now, people are talking a lot. The latest conversation started after clips of ASAP Rocky began circulating online. Some people focused on what he was wearing. Some people argued about whether it was really what it looked like, or whether the internet was just exaggerating. But honestly, that was not even the biggest issue for many fans. The bigger issue was the energy. People were saying, why does it feel like Rihanna keeps getting placed in uncomfortable situations? Then another clip started getting attention. ASAP Rocky was speaking to the crowd, and at one point he made a comment about how if someone knew him when he was single, things would have been different. Now some people laughed it off. They said it was just performance talk. They said entertainers say wild things on stage all the time. They said it did not mean anything. But other people did not take it lightly. Because when you are publicly connected to one of the most famous women in the world, and the mother of your children, people expect a certain level of respect. Fans started asking, why even say that? Why not just thank the crowd? Why not keep it professional? Why not say you love your fans and keep moving? Because whether people want to admit it or not, words matter. Especially when you are in a public relationship. And when your partner is Rihanna, the whole world is watching. Now this is where the conversation gets deeper. A lot of fans feel like Rihanna has changed since being with ASAP Rocky. Some say she seems softer. Some say she seems more quiet. Some say she does not clap back like she used to. Some say the confident, sharp, fearless Rihanna they remember feels different now. And that has created a bigger debate. Is Rihanna just growing, maturing, and focusing on motherhood? Or is there something in this relationship that is slowly changing her energy? Because people remember Rihanna as the woman who could shut down an entire room with one look. She was bold. She was fearless. She was playful but also powerful. She had that attitude that made people say, nobody can play with Rihanna. But now, when fans see certain public moments, they feel like she is not reacting the way the old Rihanna would have reacted. And maybe that is growth. Maybe motherhood changed her. Maybe love changed her. Maybe she simply does not care what people think anymore. But some fans believe it is something else. They feel like ASAP Rocky knows exactly how much Rihanna has invested in this relationship. She has children with him. She built a family with him. Their image is now tied together. And once children are involved, leaving or even correcting certain things publicly becomes much more complicated. That is why some people online are comparing this situation to other celebrity couples, where the woman appeared more powerful on paper, but the man still found ways to embarrass her in public. And that is the part that makes people uncomfortable. Because Rihanna is rich. Rihanna is famous. Rihanna is loved around the world. But money does not protect you from emotional embarrassment. Fame does not protect you from relationship problems. Beauty does not protect you from feeling disrespected. And power does not always mean peace. That is something people forget. A woman can have everything and still end up in a situation where people ask, why is she tolerating this? Now, to understand why fans are reacting so strongly, you have to look at the history of public comments and public image. ASAP Rocky has always had a bold personality. He has said things in interviews that made people side-eye him. He has talked about women, relationships, and his own lifestyle in ways that many people found controversial. Some fans have always felt like his views did not match the kind of man they expected Rihanna to settle down with. And that is why some people were shocked when Rihanna not only dated him, but had children with him. Because Rihanna's fans see her as a prize. They see her as someone who should be protected, respected, and admired. Not just because she is famous, but because she represents strength to so many people. So when they see ASAP Rocky making comments that sound too flirty, too careless, or too unserious, they do not just hear a joke. They hear disrespect. And whether that is fair or not, that is the reality of being in a relationship this public. Every look becomes a headline. Every joke becomes a debate. Every mistake becomes a viral moment. Now there is another layer here. Some fans believe Rihanna has a pattern of giving men too much grace. They remember her past relationships. They remember moments where she seemed to put her emotions into men who did not handle her carefully. They remember public drama. They remember the way she sometimes had more visible tension with women than with the men who hurt or embarrassed her. And because of that, people are saying, Rihanna may be strong in business, but in love, she may still be vulnerable. That is not an insult, that is human. Sometimes the strongest women in the world can still make soft choices when love is involved. Sometimes a woman can be powerful in public but forgiving in private. Sometimes the same woman who can build an empire can still ignore red flags because she wants a family, stability, or a certain dream to work. And that is why this story connects with so many people. Because it is not just about Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. It is about what happens when a woman gives her heart to someone, and then the public starts seeing signs that make them nervous. It is about the difference between image and reality. Online, celebrity couples can look perfect. They can wear matching outfits. They can pose at award shows. They can smile for cameras. They can make people believe they are living a dream. But the internet has become very good at noticing patterns. Fans notice when someone looks uncomfortable. Fans notice when someone stops glowing. Fans notice when a man makes jokes that do not sound respectful. Fans notice when a woman is quiet in moments where she used to be loud. And once fans notice, they do not stop talking. That is what is happening now. People are not just reacting to one clip. They are reacting to a collection of moments that, in their opinion, paint a picture. Now let's be fair. It is also possible that the internet is doing too much. Maybe ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are perfectly fine. Maybe she understands his humor. Maybe they laugh about these things privately. Maybe she does not feel embarrassed at all. Maybe fans are projecting their own fears onto her relationship. That is possible. But even if that is true, public perception still matters. Because when you are a celebrity couple, your relationship is not only lived privately, it is also watched publicly. And if the public keeps seeing moments that look questionable, the narrative starts building by itself. And right now, the narrative is this: Rihanna is being humbled. That is what people are saying. They feel like the woman who once seemed untouchable is now being placed in a position where she has to smile through awkwardness. They feel like ASAP Rocky is testing how much he can get away with. They feel like he knows Rihanna is deeply connected to him now because they have children together. And once fans believe a man is testing a woman publicly, they become protective, especially Rihanna's fans. Because Rihanna is not just a singer to them. She is part of their childhood, their confidence, their fashion inspiration, their attitude, their music memories. People grew up with her. People watched her become one of the biggest stars in the world. So when they feel like someone is not treating her with the respect she deserves, they take it personally. But here is the part nobody wants to say. Rihanna is not helpless. She is grown. She is smart. She knows who she is with. She has seen the interviews. She has seen the public reactions. She knows the history. She understands fame better than most people on Earth. So if she chooses to stay, build, and raise a family with ASAP Rocky, that is her choice. Fans can have opinions. The internet can make videos. Comment sections can argue all day. But at the end of everything, Rihanna is the one living that life. And that is where the story becomes complicated. Because people want to protect her, but they also have to respect that she is making her own decisions. Still, that does not mean people cannot talk about what they see. And what people see is a relationship that does not always look balanced. On one side, you have Rihanna, a global powerhouse with massive influence, businesses, legacy, and a fan base that would defend her instantly. On the other side, you have ASAP Rocky, a successful artist in his own right, but someone whose fame reached a new level once he became publicly attached to Rihanna. That difference matters, because when one person in a relationship is seen as bigger, richer, or more powerful, insecurity can sometimes enter the room. Not always, but sometimes. And when insecurity enters a relationship, it can show up in strange ways. It can show up as jokes. It can show up as public flirting. It can show up as attitude. It can show up as little moments that seem small but feel heavy. That is why some fans believe ASAP Rocky may be trying to prove he is still the prize. They feel like he wants the world to know he is not just Rihanna's man. He is still desired. He is still cool. He is still the one people want. He still has options. And when a man feels the need to prove that while standing next to a woman like Rihanna, people are going to notice. Because real confidence does not need to embarrass your partner. Real confidence does not need to flirt with the crowd in a way that makes headlines. Real confidence does not need to remind people what you could have done when you were single. Real confidence knows how to shine without dimming the person beside you. And that is the lesson many viewers are taking from this situation. Love should not make you smaller. Love should not make you lose your glow. Love should not have people asking, what happened to her? Love should add peace, not confusion. Love should add safety, not public embarrassment. Love should make you feel chosen, not tested. And that applies whether you are Rihanna or an everyday woman watching this video from your phone. Because a lot of people see themselves in these stories. Maybe they have been in a relationship where everyone thought they were lucky, but privately they felt drained. Maybe they stayed because they already had kids. Maybe they ignored red flags because they wanted love to work. Maybe they defended someone who kept embarrassing them. Maybe they were strong everywhere except in the relationship that mattered most. That is why celebrity drama gets so much attention. It is not only about celebrities. It reminds people of their own lives. Now the big question is, where does Rihanna go from here? Does she ignore the noise and keep building her family? Does she eventually address the public conversation? Does ASAP Rocky change how he moves publicly? Or does this keep becoming a bigger and bigger topic every time a new clip drops? Because one thing is clear. The internet is watching. And once the internet starts building a pattern, every new moment becomes evidence in people's minds. A simple look becomes proof. A small joke becomes proof. A red carpet moment becomes proof. A stage comment becomes proof. That is the danger of public perception. Once people decide what they think is happening, it is very hard to change their minds. But at the same time, Rihanna has survived public judgment before. She has been criticized. She has been praised. She has been misunderstood. She has been loved. She has been questioned. And through it all, she still became Rihanna. So maybe this is just another chapter. Maybe she is not weak. Maybe she is not being humbled. Maybe she is simply living her life and letting people talk because she knows they will talk anyway. But fans still want better for her. They want to see her respected. They want to see her glowing. They want to see her protected. They want to see her loved in a way that matches her value. And honestly, that is not wrong. Because no matter how rich or famous a woman becomes, people still want to see her happy. Not just dressed well. Not just photographed well. Not just standing beside a man. Actually happy. And that is the part fans are trying to figure out. Is Rihanna truly happy? Or is she just committed? Because there is a difference. Happiness feels light. Commitment can feel heavy. Happiness shows in the face. Commitment sometimes looks like silence. Happiness makes people glow. Commitment can sometimes make people endure. And lately, some fans feel like Rihanna looks like she is enduring more than glowing. Again, that is only public opinion. Nobody knows the truth but Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. But the conversation is not going away anytime soon. Because every time ASAP Rocky says something questionable, the internet will bring Rihanna into it. Every time Rihanna looks quiet or serious, fans will analyze it. Every time they appear together, people will look for signs. That is the price of being one of the most watched couples in entertainment. So what is the final takeaway? The takeaway is this. Sometimes the world sees a glamorous relationship, but behind the glamour, people still have regular relationship problems. Fame does not remove red flags. Money does not remove insecurity. Beauty does not remove emotional risk. Children do not automatically create respect. And public love does not always mean private peace. Rihanna may be one of the most powerful women in entertainment, but she is still human. She can still love deeply. She can still make choices fans do not understand. She can still want a family even when the public thinks she deserves better. And ASAP Rocky, whether people like him or not, is also being watched closely. If he truly loves Rihanna, fans expect him to move like it. Not just in photos, not just at fashion events, not just when cameras are flashing, but in the little public moments where respect matters most. Because when you are with a woman like Rihanna, the world expects you to understand what you have. Not play with it. Not test it. Not embarrass it. Not make people question it. Protect it. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the internet is overreacting about Rihanna and ASAP Rocky? Or do you think fans are seeing something real? Do you believe Rihanna has changed since this relationship became public? And do you think ASAP Rocky respects her the way the world expects him to? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments, because I know this conversation is going to get interesting. And if you watched this video until the end, comment, "Rihanna deserves peace." So I know you stayed with me the whole way. Also, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next celebrity breakdown. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and I will see you in the next video.